Yo, what is up guys, I'm back, got a review for you. This time we have this 92 rated Team of the Season Gnabry. Now, I always knew I'll come back for Team of the Season, I do every year. I had to kind of take a little break from FIFA around the March time because I kind of get a little bit bored. It's around the time I'm normally quite busy. But anyway, we'll get on to the stats then. So, this Gnabry card, he's 5'9", he's got high medium work rate, he's got 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. As you can see, I played 21 games with him, a proper review, full review. I got 18 goals and 6 assists. On stats then, so we've got 94 pace, 91 shooting, 88 passing, 94 dribbling and 80 physical. So on paper, looks like quite a good well-rounded card. I decided to go with the Hunt Chems. That you don't really need to at all with this card, but I decided to go with it just because I wanted a bit more like sprint speed and a bit more shooting overall. As you saw on the traits as well, he's got the injury prone trait, which is a little bit frustrating, but it doesn't really matter at times. It just means they're more vulnerable to getting injured. I am going to be putting a lot more reviews out soon, so if you do want to see any more like particular, I've got like a couple of icon moments coming out, and I've also got like quite a few team seasons. I think I've got Carrasco, Red Zaha, Red Carrasco, Anthony, the SBC one as well. All of them cards hopefully very soon. I've got a day off tomorrow as well, so hopefully I can get a lot of reviews out for you guys. But as I said, if you want to see anyone in particular, just put it in the comments down below. But I've got more to say, so enjoy the clips, and I'll see you after the positive and negatives. Peace. So a lot of you won't know how I do my reviews or that, so I will just tell you now briefly. So I do a little segment here, I do talk quite a bit in it, but I just want to like let you know in full detail because I played 21 games, I don't want to just give it like half-ass review. So in this segment I do like what's good and bad about the card, what you shouldn't do and shouldn't do, and then I do another segment where I rank each individual stat so you can get really into detail on the card, like pace, shooting and that, and I'll give you value for coins and obviously an overall score based on what time of year it is. So it is April currently, team of the season, so it will be a little bit harsh on some of the cards, but we'll go through it then. So starting off with the 4-star, that's really nice about the card. Obviously, that's the minimum you really want for team season, to be honest. I feel like anything less than that, and it kind of gets a bit unranked unless they've got 5-star skills and like 3-star weak for like Anthony. But 4-star is always nice. Hits on either foot quite well, and also that skills is always nice to get into a nice position. Now, the pace for me, electric off the mark, obviously. Felt a bit like a Messi kind of player, obviously, because he's quite small, got really good acceleration, but not the best of sprint speed. That's why you maybe could use a pace chem style, which I have, but you don't really need it necessarily because he will burst through when you need him to. And, like, realistically, the defenders are going to catch you no matter what, like a Varane or something like that. So, it's just that burst of acceleration you really need at the start. Next up, shooting. Now, generally, it was decent, but I did feel it was a little bit inconsistent at times, this Gnabry card. Now, I wouldn't really expect it because he's got 93 finishing base, and a lot of these people with like 90 plus finishing should be finishing 9 out of 10 shots, I would say. And honestly, I feel it was more like 7 or 8 out of 10 he would finish, which honestly isn't bad still, but I would want a little bit better. But the attack position was really good in the game, the shot power was really good, the long shots I didn't really test out, the volleys again didn't test out, and obviously the penalty I Penenko down the middle every time. If you ever play me, please don't stay middle because I'm just so cocky that I'll always go middle. The passing overall, I played him as a striker, so I didn't really use it that much, but when I did use the L1R1 triangle passes, really, really good. Obviously the draw passes don't really work anymore, but you still can do them at times. So the dribbling is what really comes into this card on its own. He reminds me of a little bit like a Messi kind of player because that really high agility, really high dribbling stat, really decent ball control and reactions, just allows him to be very reactive to the ball and be reactive to the play. Let's say they've got like another striker bouncing off him, stuff like that. The balance was also quite nice. It's always nice to have good balance on a card. Mainly matters if you're taller, but generally even if you're smaller, the balance is still good. The composure is a little bit low for a team season card, to be honest. Maybe that's why his finishing was a little bit off at times, but you could generally tell when you need him to in those clutch situations he might miss a few and you might get very frustrated at it. Now, the aerial ability for him, as you can see, head and axis is awful. The jumping's, again, not very good. So generally stay away from that if you can. The stamina as well is actually really good. This allows you to play him wherever, because as you can see by the rest of his stats, the minimum he's got is 88 on like base stats, so that's really, really good. Just allows you to play him wherever you kind of want him to. So if you do get him in red, it is quite a nice card to have like desirable, even off the bench, stuff like that. Now, the strength and the aggression are quite low, to be honest. He's not one of them players that will grit for the ball and stuff like that. He's more of just a burst it through and trying to shoot, or like trying to pass it off to someone else on a sweat, stuff like that. One of them kind of like Messi kind of players. But that's all my overall thoughts, and now let's go to overall scores. So on to my overall scores then. Now I like to keep this segment kind of short, to be honest, because obviously I've really talked about the card just then and what's good and bad about him. So we'll go through it then. So first for me is the pace. Now obviously the pace is really good. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It definitely could be a lot better because that's sprint speed, but generally the acceleration is perfectly good enough to get you through on goal and get you in that clutch situation. Now next off, the shooting, as I said, was a little bit inconsistent at times. So overall for that, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, purely because it just felt a little bit weird. I wouldn't even say it's because of his weak foot, because it's 4-star. I just feel like sometimes he would mess up a really easy shot because that composure or something like that. The passing overall, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. It'll do the job as a striker easily. Now, the dribbling, if you have 5-star skills, I'd generally give it like a 9.5. I'm going to bump it down to a 9, purely because he's not got 5-star skills, but the rest of the aspects are really, really good, to be fair. And he's a very nimble and agile card. You'll feel that in-game, definitely. Now onto the physicals. As you can see, it's only the stamina that's good, and in-game it is only the stamina, to be honest. So overall for that, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. The stamina is obviously the main key aspect there. You don't really need the others on a small player. Of course, it'd be desirable and nice, because if a player has all of them with 5-star skills, it's the best card in the game, I'll always say it. But generally, stamina is decent, the rest aren't very good. So value for coins then, so coming in at around 100k, which is actually a very good price considering. It is a little bit hard to think because the Bundesliga is not the best league until obviously the Bundesliga team season whole comes out. Because you've got like people like that, Goretzka, Con, Kimmich, are a little bit, I would say, outdated at this point in the year, to be honest. So overall for value for coins, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Purely because I don't really think he's very linkable. Obviously you can have icons, but they're going to get outdated as well, because team season cards will just be so much better than icons at this stage, unless you've got like Cruyff and stuff like that. So overall score from him then, I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10. I do think that's fair. He's a very good card, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like there's a lot of room for improvement on this card, and especially since there's like team seasons probably, even right now, like Carrasco might be better, Zaha's definitely better, Anthony's definitely better, Raspadori's better, in my opinion. I've used all of them so far, and honestly, This Gnabry, right, it sounds harsh. He's probably one of the worst ones I've used, but that is still, like, he's really, really good still. So that just proves the level of team season cards that are out currently. But that's all for my overall scores. Now it's going to the end screen. But that's all for my view. As always, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do subscribe. It does help the channel out a lot. And obviously, I'm trying to hit maybe like 2k by the end of this year. So if you help me towards that, I'd greatly appreciate it. As I said in the start of the video, if you do want me to do anyone specific, let me know in the comments and I'll let you know if I'll do him.